in the city is really important. Putting your tallest things in the back, or if you have a lettuce or something, you could do, you know, cucumber or squash growing up over that would shade it, so you get two crops in one space. I've got a hop house there. This is really early on. I think it's probably like May. Oh, it looks like it's early July. This must have been a really cold year because the tomatoes aren't very high. And this is another little tomato trick that I'll mention too, just because I have the earliest ripe tomatoes in entire Seattle, greater Seattle area. And I do that because I start them from seed right around Valentine's Day indoors under lights, which you have to do in Seattle. So you're buying those starts. They were still started under lights. So this way I can do my own. Then I have this is metal roofing from Home Depot, and I put it around the east and the north side, so it's reflecting the heat back. And I know this doesn't look very permaculture, but in Seattle, having this gravel in the garden, having cement, having concrete, having rocks will act like a heat trap, so it'll retain heat into the evening. And you can also, another thing I do is take old milk cartons, fill them up with water, and put them out there during the day so they trap the heat. And that helps retain heat into the evening too. And then once the plants get really tall, then I'll finish and put this metal going all the way around. So it traps, it acts like a little oven in there, but it also keeps the rats out of my tomatoes. So there'll be, the pictures aren't really ordered that well, but I'll be flashing through. So again, vertical, you know, I've got a lot of stuff packed in there, so I'm staking the tomatoes up. And I do prune them because otherwise there just isn't enough airflow going through, you get mildew problem. And then maximizing your space again, I've got raspberries all along both sides of the driveway, and then I've got grow space inside that. And then on the outside of this fence, the same fence here on the outside, I would have peas growing up or beans growing up. I alternate, or I would do onions and garlic. It's just a really tiny ledge, and you'll see a picture of that coming up soon. So just thinking about how much stuff, there's those, am I blocking your view?
No, you're doing great.
You can see the snow peas here, and then regular peas there, and then even in front of that I've got garlic and onions, and then I've got more beans and squashes coming up outside. So the raspberries that are right on the other side of this have already set their fruit for the year, so that's when you want to just sort of time it so that the fruit is set, and then you can start to shade it. So it'll take a little bit longer to ripen, but you'll still get two crops that way. Rock walls. Everybody in Seattle has these old rock walls, and they're perfect for ripening early strawberries. You can grow things, they dangle down, and then you can have other stuff behind it. And I have things fenced off for the chickens because they roam the backyard. But this is a perfect example of using the heat off of these rocks. It's amazing. You just want to press your face to them in the spring when it's cold because they're so toasty warm. And then I think I probably have too many vertical shots here. That's the other side of the driveway with more raspberries moving into the intensive orchard. And again, little hoop houses I tuck in everywhere so that I can get stuff to ripen, like those were peppers early on. And then in the parking strip, I use coffee bags that I got from the coffee roasters and repurposed. And I grow potatoes in them, I grow squashes in them because I don't want to give up garden space to those. And there's things that want to sprawl out, so I let them sprawl across the sidewalk. Those are ground cherries, Aunt Molly's ground cherry right there, which taste like, almost like a guava. I don't know if you guys have ever tasted them. If you have a chance to, they're really good. They look like tomatillos, they're related to them, but they're a fruit. And you can make jam out of them, and they're just amazing.
You start them with seeds?
Yes. Yeah.
Are they sweet?
They're sweet.